Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, May 24th. We are looking at Window Traders Market Profile, SPY IWM, and Triple Qs. And for a day that was very accommodating and readable, A through D, boy, oh boy, did it get tricky in the afternoon. And I basically stayed neutral, had a very good day, did nothing but short the market all day. I lost on one short, a small one in M, early on in M. I'll get to that in a minute. Some bizarre little action here. Qs do not take out the IB high or low. We all have afternoon pullbacks in H. Meanwhile, we're all down on the day. We're down 0.75%. Qs 2%. Russell 1.5%. We had 9 wide in Qs and SPY, 8 wide for Russell. Alpaca got lowered, got raised, got lowered, just all over the place. We make a real strong effort finally in M period and take out A's high to get the price probe. We're the only one that did. But meanwhile, we took out both sides of the IB and both the overnight low and the overnight high. So very, very bizarre and very difficult price action in the afternoon. We know this market's tremendously short, so I'm not that surprised that we attempted to rally. But, we had a size set of single prints in B that got filled in one shot. And then we go probe to the upside. So fascinating day. As far as my trades, again, I did nothing but short. A, B, C, D. Told us to do nothing but short. And I shorted between the 390 and the 394 puts. And probably did it about 10 times in those 4 time frames. Then in E period, we got above D to stop the one-time framing. I started small short, nothing huge, and then added decent at the single print fill and when we got B's high, which, by the way, B's high was the highest accepted price early in the day. Turns out to be our point of control, which is amazing. But it pulled back enough in E for me to get paid on all of it, even the ones I started early, because the size I took at A's low and basically E's high, once it pulled back just somewhat, paid me. Then in I took another short, basically thinking I didn't do anything after E. I was eating lunch in F, missed a decent short, I guess, at the opening, but that's fine. Once we got the opening, it was a little tricky what they wanted to do. So my next trade wasn't until I wasn't going to buy H's low for a pullback, just wasn't. Not with the indices down 2% at the time and lower value and everything else the sellers had at the time. I did short I period a bunch of times to go back to POC, and that worked out very nicely, the 393 puts. My best trading was in D with the smallest range because I knew my out was C's high. So every time it pushed up, shorted it, came back in, took it off. I did it 5 times in D. J period, took a short one time against the day's high. That pulled back for a win. Those were the 395s. And then in M, took out L's high, took a small short, came in. I was like, maybe we reverse and go back down to the POC. Went back up. I added a little more. I had 13 left. As soon as it took out J's high, I'm like, I'm out. I don't care if it rolls over. So lost on that 13 lot, but nowhere near what I made on the entire day with all these shorts. So very good day overall. And again, it was all from the short side. Most of it obviously was early, but I did do some shorts in the afternoon in I and J that paid me. As far as destinations, the upside, we have today's high of 395.15, then yesterday's high of 397.73, and then nothing into that size set of single prints from May 18th. They started 398.22 and get filled at 399.93. For the downside, we have the price probe, A's high of 393.60. We'll see if we open above it. Then 9 wide, which is B's high of 390.92. Afternoon pullback low of H's low, 388.76. Today's low of 386.96. And our weekly low of 380.54. And then on the chart, now remember, we do have the Fed minutes coming out tomorrow. This is what I told the room. Now again, I'm going to say, remember I said if we take out yesterday's low, we could maybe narrow the balance down instead of all this to a 4-day balance. Well, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to use yesterday's high as the top of the balance and Friday's low as the bottom. I strongly feel if we don't take out Friday's low, if we close above Friday's low, I mean, and I don't mean by 10 or 20 cents, I'd like to hold today's low, but even if we take out today's low, but don't get anywhere near Friday's low and come back into today's range after the minutes, I think we have better odds of taking out the balance high and getting to the 20-day moving average over the next couple of days, that Thursday, Friday, rather than making new lows. Again, that's if we hold Friday's low. I think this market is still very short. Now, again, these rallies are just rip-roaring short rallies, bottom feeders, and momentum buyers. And you see what happens every time they step away. The floor falls out. It's happened all year, right? Look, now here's our all-time high, right? And then the floor fell out. Here's our all-time high. Look at this high. Short covering finishes, no floor underneath. Here, short covering finishes, no floor. Here. It's just continuous, right? The majority of your rallies this year have just been short covering. And when they walk away and the momentum buying dries up, there's no floor underneath. That's again what happened again today, early in the day. And then what happened? They ripped them up late in the day and took apart some shorts. It was a good day in the trading room. Very interesting afternoon. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Thanks for your likes and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.